I just wanted to make this short and sweet. I'll get to the point. My Twitter got locked temporarily. I fixed it by they force you to delete a tweet that breaks their guidelines if you want to keep using it. The point is, I don't think my tweet violated guidelines. What it was basically based on, and it was one of the reasons that I actually stopped watching Rooster Teeth's Always Open, was when they had Mia Khalifa on Always Open. And they've had her multiple times now. Barbara Dunkelman, there you go, says a lot about her character, is best friends with Mia Khalifa. Okay? She's had her on multiple times. She loves the bitch. And that was one reason I dropped the show. I don't agree with that. It's my moral ethics. I don't agree with it. I really don't. Anyway, they banned my tweet because it was basically I was responding to someone, and that response to someone also got tagged in Barbara Dunkelman and Mia Khalifa's Twitter, and I was like, I don't agree with, like, they're trying to encourage that Mia Khalifa is a strong, independent feminist, and I'm like, she's a whore. She tries to get this image across that I didn't want to do porn for 6 months and make millions. Not didn't make millions, hundreds of thousands maybe. Nah, it's like you got to get the very definition of the word whore is selling your body for money. It's what she was doing. It's not offensive. I used the correct terminology for what she was doing. Said nothing wrong. By the way, the person I was replying to was saying it's perfectly fine to be a porn star. It's an admirable profession. And I said, if your daughter in the future is a porn star, are you going to support it? And she goes, of course I would. That's the type of mental fuckwit you're dealing with on Twitter. But anyway, this has more to do with Twitter, because these were the exact words for violating hateful conduct. If you promote violence, threaten, or harass race, which I didn't. If anything, Mia Khalifa violates that. Ethnicity, no. I'm half Iranian, half Australian. I don't give a shit about the wogs. National origin, fuck no. Sexual orientation. Can calling someone a whore because they're a porn star really go against this? No, sexual orientation, and this is where it gets weird and actually proves how screwed up the world is. If you're talking about sexual orientation, it's like when I grew up, all that was on forms that you had to fill out, your name, your address, and all that shit, it would say sex, male/female. Those forms now trigger people in the modern day because they don't like identifying their sex, because their sex, if they have to identify their sex, it breaks down everything about gender. Sex is based on science and biology, and it's hard fact. You just have to open your pants to see what the fuck's down there. And it goes on, gender or gender identity. The mental case aspect, the modern day and age where we encourage people to identify based on whatever they're feeling. I hate gender. I swear I hate gender politics. Anyway, didn't go against that. Religious. No, as I said, Mia Khalifa did a very good job of pissing on her own religion while she was a porn star. And just FYI, if you feel sorry for her that she got death threats, the Muslims, they take their religion a lot more seriously in this day and age than either the Catholics or the Christians do. They do. They and just a little history. There's multiple Bibles. There's multiple different versions of it. The book's not even the same in every version. It's interpreted. The Quran for the Muslims is just one book. Hasn't changed. They're very dedicated. Age, no, it's got nothing to do with Mia Khalifa's age. Disability, I got epilepsy. I know what a fucking disability is. Or a serious disease. Well, unless she got crabs as a porn star, and I didn't say anything about that. Um, but that's the point. I did. The only thing you could come across is like the three first things: violence, threaten, and harass. Uh, are basically the three different bases. Violence or threaten, no. Harass, you can kind of say I harassed, but you have to connect harass to one of the later things. Did I harass her based on race? No. Ethnicity? No. National origin? No. Sexual orientation? No. Gender or gender identity? No. Did I harass her on religion, age, disability, or serious disease? No. She's an ex-porn star, and I said I have zero respect for anyone that enters that field at any point. And I've proven, and I pointed this out, and I talked to my friend about it. Jess, she's Australian as well. I pointed it out. I said, in Australia, if you're down on your luck, if you're freaking even homeless, if you need money or need a job, it's not that hard, right? We've got something called Centrelink. You go to them. First of all, set yourself up with some place to live. So you got your rent, then you go to Centrelink. You tell them how much rent you need, how much for other stuff like a phone bill or whatever. You go on, you tell them what you need money for, and they'll give you that money every 2 weeks that you need to survive, while putting you in a job agency where you can look for a job. And this is from my point of view. If I ever had a kid and they ever considered porn, I'd say I'd be happier with you working at McDonald's, Domino's, or a 7-Eleven than getting into fucking porn. No one should encourage their child to perceive porn as a respectable industry. That's utter bizarre. And you're not a strong feminist if you do that. Because let's be honest, the job Mia Khalifa currently has as a football announcer or something, she only got because of the porn. If she wasn't famous in the porn industry, she's a nobody. Nobody. She would have gone for that job and gone, oh yeah, I can do this. And they're going like, who the fuck are you? Oh wait, you're the porn star, the jerk-off material. We'll give you a job. So all her success is based around an industry that should never be respected at all. And that's basically what I said. I said I'm not supporting Always Open. I've lost respect for Barbara Dunkelman. And my respect for her was never high when you consider the just that she's the cornerstone of like Bumblebee in Ruby, like the way she forces, she's not having fun, and the whole thing with the it's just a cartoon, even though Monty's vision was to make the first American anime. So, and then you got this bitch, you go, it's a cartoon. Well, you're shitting on Monty's work. Congratulations, because people don't refer to anime as cartoons. If you're a cartoon, you're less than anime. You're garbage at that point. So, and then you get this stuff with Always Open, and with Mia Khalifa, and I was just like, lost respect for her. And Mia Khalifa, I never had respect for. I was like, you can't play the victim of going, I get death threats after acting out Muslim scenarios in pornography in full burqa garb, from doing everything from lesbian to all weird shit. You can't do that and then be surprised when you get death threats from the Muslim community, because you basically just took a dump on their religion in the porn industry. So I was just like that. I had the shits with Twitter. I should not have had my tweet blocked, because for the very thing they sent me, I didn't break any of those rules. So that's just something I want to point out. I deleted the tweet because I want to stay in contact with friends and stuff on Twitter, but that really pissed me off. And I'm curious if anyone actually answers yes or no. Would you have respect for a porn star? Or would you even encourage your own family to enter that industry? Because I just don't get it. I really don't. It's like the only way you end up in that industry is if you voluntarily go to that industry because you want to. And if you do regret it, you'd probably leave after your first video. You just be like, I don't like it, this isn't for me, I'd leave. You don't stay there for 6 months with a target goal of how much money you want to make and then get out when you got the money that you need to do whatever the fuck. And it wasn't like she needed it for uni. She didn't need it for that. So, there you go. Fuck Barbara Dunkelman, fuck bloody Mia Khalifa, and fuck Twitter at this point. Fuck.